Hi dear followers, it's Massimo here. Welcome to our new episode on ShapeQ TV.
Europe is running short on electricity.
Prices for many fuels have soared to new records in recent weeks.
The real question is whether you have the political will to do the right thing.
Our addiction to fossil fuels is pushing humanity to the brink.
The ongoing situation in Ukraine is extremely shocking, and we are deeply saddened by what we are seeing. The energy crisis is now a fact, and the only way to escape from this crisis is minimizing our dependency from Russia and increasing our renewable energy production in Europe. The Commission presented Europe's new 2030 climate targets, including a proposal for amending the Renewable Energy Directive on the 14th of July 2021, the so-called REDIII. The proposal seeks to increase the current target to at least 40% renewable energy sources in the EU's overall energy mix by 2030. The Commission proposal is now with the European Parliament and the Council. We had the chance to speak about it with Adam White, the Secretary General of REX.
We need enormous investments in the energy sector. We need to transform our mobility sector. We need to transform our food system. And we need to ensure that our euros are being spent to make these sectors future-proof.
Put a price on carbon and put a premium on decarbonizing. That is, in fact, what we're doing.
EU Green Deal, is it ambitious enough?
We are facing a climate emergency where we're being told by the scientists, the experts, that we have pretty much 10 years to take really drastic, radical action to mitigate just the worst effects of it.
We now have a shared sense of purpose. We have a shared sense of direction. We know where we want to go and what we need to do to get there.
Yeah, so for us, working on guarantees of origin, obviously within that context of boosting renewable energy, accelerating the energy transition, it's about really making sure that we increase consumer demand for renewable energy. And the only way to buy renewables is obviously by buying the guarantees of origin in Europe. And so making that as efficient and effective as possible. So on the one hand, there's provisions to increase the use, support the use of PPAs, which we obviously agree with, and we support that in the Council and the Parliament. Also to issue guarantees of origin for all renewable energy generated, whether it benefits from a support scheme or not. That really allows consumers to access and buy the kind of renewable energy they want. And then something additional which we're asking for is for member states to really take seriously the benefits of full consumption disclosure. So this is requiring consumers to disclose all of the energy they consume, whether it's renewable or not renewable. And we think that really is beneficial because it means that, you know, when you're having to declare all the energy you're using as a consumer, you're much more conscious about the choices you're making. And we strongly believe that will encourage people to buy renewable energy. And the updated REDIII is really about implementing that and making sure those targets are met. Yeah, so at the moment we've had the proposal from the European Commission, so that was towards the end of last year, and now it's in the European Council and European Parliament, and each one of those develop their own version of the laws. And then there's usually an implementation period. It could be 18 months or so, depending on what is considered necessary to implement in the member states the provisions that are set out in the REDIII. So we're looking kind of 2023 basically before it's all done and dusted. But I know that the people want to move quickly because, yeah, in terms of energy industry investments and so on, 2030 is like tomorrow basically, if not today already. You know, move as fast as you can. If you're ahead of policy, it doesn't matter. That's where we need to be in order to get the energy transition moving as quickly as needed.
Most of our followers know that inside the REDIII, the topic of green certificates has a central role. We have spoken together with Sergio Cavallaro about the GO market developments mid and long term and how does he see the corporate demand for energy attribute certificates such as GOs, RECs and IRECs?
The demand has been increasing all the time, about 10 to 15%. Also, utilities are providing and offering to their private consumers renewable electricity more and more. And on the side of the supply, we see that yes, has been increasing in the past and still is increasing. But I mean, the potential total increase of new renewable production in Europe is limited because most of the countries that are, let's say, taking part in the market are in, and only few of them are missing, like the Eastern European countries and some of the German production. Plus, I mean, there is another factor that is the Norwegian factor, I call it, that is still unsecure what is going to happen with the Norwegian GO, if they are going to stay in the market or not. So all these, anyway, the demand is going to drive the market, and probably in the future, maybe in 4 to 5 years, there could be a situation of undersupply. Corporate demand, I mean, is very, very strong. Just in 19, the total number of RE100 members were about 161. Today, they are over 350. There is much more pressure in setting and achieving renewable energy and greenhouse gas reduction goals. Renewables have been cheaper and easier to integrate, and the corporates, they wish more and more to address all scopes of emission 1, 2 and 3.
Thank you for watching. Keep following us and see you next time.